Okay, hi. Welcome to Trench Dwellers.
Welcome to In the Trench and again.
Club.
Trench.
Club.
Trench.
Dweller.
Club.
Mm-hmm.
Club.
Yep.
Duh.
We got him.
Duh.
Ladies and gentlemen, Trench.
So Astroworld, right?
We're hopping right into it.
That was kind of fucked up.
Jesus. Imagine.
Thoughts?
Let's go around the class and just
cut you
share our
off.
thoughts.
Oh.
You.
Just
I cut
like
you off.
the thought of like being trampled. That's fucking crazy. And then like, cause like there were people that were trampled and there were people that were suffocated.
Yeah. Crowd
you
crush is what it's called.
serious?
Yeah.
And
Pretty
also, okay, rewinding it back, Live Nation is the organization or like group that put together the whole festy, and they've been known for like just not putting any care into organizing anything that has to do with it, and just doing the most bare minimum skeleton of what a concert or festival or anything should be. And so, yeah, it's just like, of course it fucking happened, like at a Travis Scott blah blah with a Live Nation dude up.
Yeah.
I have a lot.
Apparently, this isn't the first time, like I believe at like Astroworld, that there has been something. I don't know if there's. I think you told me earlier, but I don't think there's been like this many deaths, if at all. But there's for sure has been like complications at his, Astroworld thingies.
I'm gonna pull up.
I think you told me earlier someone got paralyzed at
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
one from like 2017 or 2018.
I heard that from watching Mr. Fantani's video, just talking about it. Cause I remember hearing about something happening at a previous one.
Yeah.
Just based on how he handles his shows, I guess, and how he encourages certain behavior. But you have the facts, T?
Yeah. Okay. This one is a headline from May 14th, 2017. Rapper Travis Scott arrested after concert performance in Arkansas. Let's see. He basically encouraged people to rush the stage and bypass security protocols, and fuck the police. February
Here's him to
7th.
fuck the police? I'm sorry.
I know. Sus. February 7th, 2018. Travis Scott pleads guilty to disorderly conduct after allegedly inciting a riot during a concert. October 26th, 2017.
I guess it wasn't alleged if he
Yeah.
pled guilty.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Wait, so he actually got arrested for that?
Yeah.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry, go on.
He
No,
got
you're
arrested
good.
and then he pled guilty. So
Yeah.
he fucking did it.
And he said, oopsie, you got me.
Sorry, my bad.
Might be.
Sorry that guy got
That's on
paralyzed.
me. Hey, you know what? That's on me. That's on me.
Since
My
you
bad.
caught me, my bad.
Yeah. October 26, 2017. This is the one with the Paralyzed fan. Travis Scott reportedly sued by Paralyzed fan who fell from a New York concert balcony.
Oh my god.
It doesn't end. August 2nd, 2015. Travis Scott was arrested after encouraging Lollapalooza crowd to jump the barricades. And then there's just so much more.
It's really weird because he's like, oh guys, fuck what they have to say, just fucking push through. But God forbid they get on that stage with him, because he's gonna be like, get the fuck off my stage.
He's like, now you've gone too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been talking. This is like the 8th time I've talked about it today. I talked to Nas and my GF about it earlier. But there's like a show. I don't know if it's like a festival or his concert or what, but he's performing and he completely stops the show. He didn't stop the show during Astroworld. People like to say he did, but he paused for a second to say, "Hey, get that guy out." He didn't stop the music. He said, "Turn the music down." He's like, "Just play it low.
Get one guy out also.
Get that one guy out." And then he said, "Keep the music playing." He's like, he starts singing still as they're like, taking him out. But anyway, there's a performance where he completely stops the music and everything because there's a guy behind him doing his job. He's got a tripod and a camera. You can tell he's just, he's not like right up in this business. He's in the back, but he's like, trying to record him. And Travis like, whoa. What the fuck are you? Get your goofy looking ass the fuck out of here. Just like really rude, really dismissive. And he like, one of his goons, I guess, like starts pulling on the guy's shirt, like the back of his shirt. Like he's like a little boy, like you're his mom, like get over here, Brandon, And he's like, hey, no disrespect, bro. No disrespect. Get out of here. And it's like I said, my 8th time talking about it, but it really, really left a bad taste in my mouth because, Travis Scott is an African American man. He's a black man, and the man he was belittling was also black. And to me, as a black man, I think that's disgusting. I think like to anybody it's disgusting, but once he started belittling him and making fun of him, you could hear the crowd cheer. And to me, that's a bad example as just a human, but especially as like a black human, because you're basically telling your mostly white audience that it's okay to disrespect someone, and a black person at that. If Travis Scott doesn't care, why should I care? Yeah. I love Travis Scott. He doesn't care about him. Fuck that guy, And I just thought that was disgusting. And of course, the whole Astroworld incident. There's like a clip going around. Like, I haven't seen it yet, but I guess someone took Travis's shoe.
Oh, yeah. And he basically was like, hey, fuck that guy up.
Yeah, he used the stand to like have the crowd attack.
Yeah.
And people fucking did it. People did it. People beat his ass.
Yeah, they're going. You know what I mean? They're like, it's like, a mob.
Fuck you.
He's exercising his like he's like got a power trip. Like getting up on that stage, like, I'm Travis Scott.
Mind you, he has, millions of dollars. And you're worried about a shoe? Give this motherfucker your other shoe. Why do you give a shit? You know what I mean? Why does it matter to you?
Give them both.
Why is it, like, honest to God, why are you
care
that
much? And if it's that serious, take your shoes off before you fucking jump in. If you're that pressed over your fucking Nikes that I'm sure were given to you that you didn't pay for.
Maybe ask him to leave. Maybe get him out of there.
Do anything else, but ask other people to like inflict violence on this kid. That's insane to me. Yeah, especially somebody who's a fan of yours. You know what I mean? Like,
they paid to be here.
Paid to be at your show, and like, yeah, they took your shoe, but it's because they admire you, and they like, even if they're gonna sell it, like, okay.
And out of all like things to be doing,
like, it's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. It's crazy. In one fell swoop, he ruined his like career with me. Like I think he's just awful now. I think he's fucking goofy.
Yeah, it sucks because, like, I like his music. At least I like a couple of his albums, at the very least.
Rodeo and Astroworld. I think like, I genuinely think those albums are fucking awesome. But I mean, fuck you. It ain't that good.
Yeah, you're revealed to be like, your character has been revealed, so it's kind of like, I don't know if I want to support this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just been like for sure build up too, because like he obviously, like, from reading all that shit, and also I don't know if you guys saw like his documentary at all. I've only seen like parts of it. He has a little close up.
Turn your ass back.
No, I'm turning it down. Wait,
turning you down?
up. No, I'm turning me up.
Okay.
Might be. Anyway, so he like has a documentary, I guess, and it basically like shows his character as is. He's like, bro, fuck all this, fuck all that, like fuck all the rules. I'm like very anti-rule, very fucking do whatever you want. Obviously, anarchy.
Yeah. He's very. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
I was just gonna say, I think he's very inspired by like punk rock from the like 80s, but he's missing to me the anti-establishment sort of vibe and like sort of the whole point of it all.
Yes.
I guess,
Okay.
It's like an aesthetic to him.
I'm so happy you fucking said that.
He doesn't have the same sort of like moral code or anything like that
when
they
you
might have.
When you go to like a punk show or you go to like a metal show, like there's still like a respect there for everyone that's around you. Like you go into the pit, you get fucking
knocked around,
and when the song is over, you give a hug. Like it's fucking fun. It's cool because everyone's there for the same reason. But like he's just like, his audience are kids. They don't know that, they don't know the history behind like X, Y, and Z, or even like hypothetically like raves and stuff. People are like, oh, raves are X, Y, and Z because drugs, but like they instill like plur the moment you get there as like cringy as someone wants to think it is. It's like literally like respect the people that are around you. It's about to get like uncomfortable. It's about to be crowded. It's about to be this and that. Same thing with like punk shows, metal shows. There's a respect where you just respect the venues, the people around you. And for him, it's just like, nah, let them all in. Obey me. I'm God.
Yeah, it's my show. This is this is Astroworld. Like this is my fucking thing. This is me. And it's like, I don't know. It's really gross, and it's like a lot of people are defending him, and it's like, oh well, he didn't know, he didn't see, and it's like,
Yes, he did. First
Yes,
of
he
all.
did.
what it was where like how do you not see, and like I'll use myself as an example. I need glasses, and I'm nearsighted, so if I was on stage, it genuinely would be hard for me to see certain things. But I'm gonna see an ambulance.
Exactly.
I'm gonna see an ambulance. I'm gonna hear some people. I understand it's a mass of humans, but like you're gonna hear some helps. You're gonna hear like some
The very
stop
least,
the show.
the
Like
ambulance.
they're literally like chanting it. Like there's no way.
Yeah,
And I understand he's got an earpiece that's loud. I understand, but you're gonna see something. You're gonna hear something. There's no way.
Also, I like to bring up, like, if somebody juxtaposed, like, Playboy Cardi, who is in the same lane as Travis, arguably, you know what I mean? He has a sort of same, I guess, probably like a similar audience, if not the same audience, and he also sort of promotes that, like, I'm sure at his shows as like a sort of like a rage aesthetic as well, you know what I mean?
He
But-
also is for sure really into like punk rock and like that aesthetic and all that.
So, but there was a video of him on stage at one of those huge jazz festivals, you know what I mean? And he stopped the show because like somebody like was getting fucked up in the crowd or something like that. He like stopped and make sure that they were okay, essentially. Because the video shows somebody walking up to him and like you can kind of hear him on the mic because he's talking into his ear or whatever. So like people were passing out. That's what was going on. It's like a bunch of people are passing out, and he stopped. He's like, we gotta like
Make sure
get
they're
situated.
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he literally said like safety first, and I was like, okay, cool. Like you give a fuck
Nice.
about your fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But here's Travis Scott in the exact same situation, and he's just kind of like, well, whatever.
Yeah. And
Like it's almost like par for the course for him, I guess. Like I don't know if somebody got paralyzed at one of his shows, and he just kind of like, oh yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Like, what?
That bothers me. It's like it's like a badge of honor for him. It's like, okay, I'm gonna use Playboy Cardi as like I guess sort of a jumping off point because you use him as an example. He's sort of in the same lane, sort of the same just the same vibe, a similar vibe, not the same exactly, but similar, and he Playboy Cardi literally has an album called Die Lit with him doing a flip off of a balcony with two middle fingers up, and it's like even this guy who. And he's always like his music. If you listen to his music, you could tell it's made for the pit. It's literally made for you to go to the show and go fucking ape shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this dude has the decency to be like, all right, I don't want them dying. I don't need these fools dying. Like what the fuck? I don't want you to die. Like any human, any decent human is like, I don't want my fans to die. I don't
Playboy
want
Cardi
human
wants
to
people
die.
to have fun. You know what I mean? He wants them to show up and like
It's
have a
fun.
good time.
We're here to have fun.
But make sure you're safe. You know what I mean? Like there's. I don't know, like, because people started showing different examples of, like, what should have happened, essentially, with the Travis Scott situation. And, like, people brought up Linkin Park, obviously, because they had a couple situations where they, like, stopped the show and be like, yo, like, there was a video where they were saying...
Oh, is that who that was?
Yeah, it was Chester, fuck, I always forget his last name.
It's cool. Everyone
Rest in
knows who
peace.
he is.
Yeah, Chester...
Lead singer for Linkin Park.
What is his last name?
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, Chester, he's, like, stopped the show. He's like, wait. He like literally like had the crowd engaged. Like when somebody falls, pick them up. Like he had him say it multiple times. Like just to really get the point. Devin typed in Linkin Park. It's spelled like Lincoln, like Abe Lincoln.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Fucking nerd, fake ass
Guys,
fan.
stop. I love Linkin Park.
But
Abe Lincoln Park, Chester.
Chester Bennington. There we go. I don't know how I always forget his last name.
That's super sad that he passed.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's already been 4 years.
Dude, yeah. It's been more than a minute.
Aw. Okay, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah. It oh god, burps. Yeah, just there's a sort of like etiquette like that is what should be going on when it comes to mosh pits and like these kind of events where there are a lot of people and people can easily get hurt, like what happened, you know what I mean? People are actually dying.
Yeah, dude.
Excuse me.
Oh, I'll use this opportunity to tell my story of when I genuinely was in a pit and I thought I was gonna die. Like, honest to God.
Same a little bit.
I was at I've seen JPEGMAFIA 3 times. At my second show of his, well, I guess I'll start from the first one. It won't be too long, but I started at the first show I went alone, super fun, first time in the pit. We were going wild. These fools were going nutty. I was like, oh fuck! And you got to keep the elbows up. You got to just be like, you can't be a bitch. You can't like. So I get to an extent why people are like, hey, it happens. But, like, to die, that's a whole nother thing. To get knocked around, to fall down, yeah, it's going to happen. But, like, you shouldn't be dying at the concert.
Yeah.
So, like, I was at the show, the first show I went to for JPEGMAFIA. This girl got knocked in the fucking face, bro. I think she might have even fallen. And I remember me and another dude were like, yo, are you good? Like, music blasted. We're like, yo, you good? Like, we picked, you good? Got our hands on her. She's like, I'm good. We're like, all right. Whoa! You know, like, fuck yeah. She was like, I'm fine. It was, like, so cool. And, like, it was so nice that we were, like, there for her. And I was, like, so happy that somebody else. Like, I know me. I know I'm always going to have somebody. Like, I don't care if I don't know you. I'm going to make sure you're good. But, like, it was cool that somebody else was like that. And then at this, I believe it might have been the second show. Somebody fell, I think, and I think there were two people trying to be like, yo, she fell, kind of trying to get the show to stop. And I was kind of like in my head, like, you know, I was like, she's all right. It was not an Astroworld situation.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, get up, you know what I mean? Get the fuck up, you're good.
Oops.
And then Peggy, he's like, my man's was this because the song had ended at that point. And he's like walking like along the stage, and he's like kind of shaking his head slowly, and he's like, tuck your laces. And it just was like, ever since that day, I'm like, I'm tucking my goddamn laces. And because like they were fine, like he's not like insensitive, like
Yeah.
it was literally like two people, and the girl was fine, but like I was like, damn, you're right. And I feel like there's a difference between like you're okay and I'm gonna help you, you know what I mean, like, and I don't know, at that show, oh, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm, like, losing myself. But, so second show, it was way rowdier. Like, way, way rowdier. Because he had, just within a year, he got, like, more popular. And, just more wild.
It was after Veteran, or it's not the one that we were at together, right? This man opened the door.
It wasn't Veteran. The cat just opened the door. It wasn't Veteran. It was, Cornballs. It was when we were there.
Okay, so we were there together.
Yeah.
I was at this one, too. Okay.
Yeah, so
I can also introduce.
So, All My Heroes Are Cornballs. I love to be in the front, especially at like a JPEGMAFIA show, because I love to scream the lyrics and look him in his eyes. So I was literally in the front. I can't remember all the details, but for sure when this fool came out, it popped the fuck off, and he started the song, and like it got nutty.
Oh, I want to interject real quick because I was also there, and me and our other friend, we also went towards the front. Like we got really fucking close to the stage. As soon as he came out, he played like the single off the album, and like that's when everybody did that thing where they like pushed towards the front, and that's where like I felt like that sort of like crushing situation where like you can't breathe.
Yeah, it was musty.
Yeah, like
the air was like hot. It was
Yeah,
like you imagine the air is just like escaping you,
The
but
pit
like
is
there's
humid.
so much. Yeah, it
It's
was
like
like
actually humid.
yeah, it was like wild. 'Cause that was my first time experiencing it to that extent. I literally was like,
yeah, because he was like Devin said, it was he had like he popped off more. You know what I mean? Like he has more people at the show, and it's like not the biggest venue in the world, so everybody's packed in this tight ass space. We're pushing it into the front, and I'm like, if there were rows, I'm like, let's say like 3.
yeah, I was gonna say like the third row.
Like third row. I'm like, that's close as fuck. Like I'm like
yeah,
right here. I'm looking at him. I'm like, oh cool. And initially I'm like, yeah, and then I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
and then
it was
we get
bad,
knocked around
dude.
a bit. And Khalil, my friend Khalil, like looked back at me like, I was like, okay. Because at some point I was like, I seriously can't breathe, and I don't know if I can do this. I want to be up here in front, but like, I can't. So I like thankfully I'm a sizable guy, so I can like, I literally fucking push like both of us to the back. Like I sort of fall like back between the crowd. I lost track of Devin at this point. I don't know where our other friend is. I was like, okay, we're gonna stand sort of back here because I was like, I'm gonna get out of here now.
Yeah, and like so if you've ever been to a show, those who are listening,
Remind me also, I want to talk about the most recent show we went to of his, because that was also cool.
yes, if you've ever been to a show, you know that like people always try to get to the front, but they kind of like hang around until the opener shows up, and for sure when the main event shows up, everybody literally, it doesn't matter where you are, they just push you. Like they're not physically putting their hands on you, they're putting their body, like they're just walking forward, and like they're just trying to get closer, so everybody's just like moving forward. And I was in the front. I was like, if you were row 3, I was row 1. So I was like, okay, and it was like, all right, if not row 1, row 2, like I was literally fucking there. And like fools are like they're pushing hard, and like Nas said, he's a sizable guy, so he's able to save himself. And I'm a little smaller. I'm a little thick, but I'm not like super tall. So I'm like, all right, I know I can like handle myself. But the breathing became an issue.
And I thought he's got asthma.
Yeah, I also have asthma. I have asthma, but I'm trying to remember the exact sequence of events.
At what point do people start falling over? I guess
That was my final act, but like something. I'm trying to.
Spoiler.
Fuck. I think I got like hit in the face or something. I think someone was trying to like push me over, but I was like standing my ground. And I'm just gonna skip to the point. At some point, I look to my right. So I'm on like, okay, so let's say I'm not exactly in the middle of the stage. I'm a little to the left, but like middle left. I look to my right, all the way down. I'm not fucking exaggerating. All the way down the aisle, like the row that I'm in, I just see people falling like dominoes, like literally just do 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 do. And I'm at the end. I'm the final, like domino. And I was like, oh god. And I had like a power. You have to have a power stance because you can't like kind of have your legs together because you're just gonna topple. So the whole time I had my elbows out, legs spread. I'm like flexing just to like stay off me. And it was like 10, at least 7 to 10 bodies falling on me. Like that is the amount of weight. And there was this big ass fool. Okay, here we go. Big ass fool to my right. Just fucking he hits me and there's no way I could like stand up because there's like 6 more bodies hitting him, and I'm like fuck, and I like fell on the ground. He's on me. Literally everybody was on me, and I was like, I almost had the wind knocked out of me. I was like, and then I was like, okay, and then I literally, I start punching him. I'm literally like swinging on this fucking guy. That gif of the Undertaker when he throws the guy against the rope and he's just like pounding on him. Yeah. I was punching this guy to get off me because I was gonna die. Honest to God, on everything I was gonna die. And I'm punching like I was like get the fuck. I couldn't even scream for help. I was like in my head. I'm like get the fuck off me. And I'm punching him and I finally get up. And sorry, I forgot. So when he fell on my foot first. And my leg stayed in place, but my ankle twisted. So that was like why I couldn't hold myself. So I was like, fuck. And I like fell. And my ankle, he's like right on my ankle. It's twisted. I'm like on the ground. I was like, fuck. And then like that's when I started punching him. And then he get like, they all get off me. And I push him off. And then I like get up. And I'm like... And then I just like limp to the back. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, you like found us eventually. We're like standing back there, and we were like, bro. Like he was like, I fucking twisted my ankle. He's like, your glasses are gone. I'm like, damn.
Oh yeah, my glasses broke. Yeah, my glasses broke.
Jinkies.
It was just funny. Like I was just glad I made it out, and I had like a smile on my face. I was just kind of salty that I didn't get to be in the front. And I just. At least JPEGMAFIA is one of my favorite artists, so at his shows, I want to be as close as I physically can, and I was up in that bitch, but oof.
Before we tie it back to your experience, I want to talk about the most recent JPEG show we went to. Me and Devin also went to with you, T, actually.
I was like...
and another friend.
Yeah,
oh boy,
three of us all went.
Oh boy,
like maybe 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now,
something like that.
Probably like 3. I'd say 3 weeks ago.
And we were all in like the front, like on the side.
People thought we were on stage from like my footage.
We were essentially on the stage.
Yeah.
We were at one of my favorite venues. I can say that now. The Observatory is like one of my favorite venues. We saw the Garden there recently.
A few days ago.
Yeah, that shit was awesome. Like,
yeah, they're fucking cool, dude.
Screaming.
If you don't listen to the Garden, check them out. Like, fucking awesome.
Do yourself a freaking favor, man.
Same with JPEG, man.
Tell me next time.
Okay.
We bought it last year.
Oh, yeah. We bought it 2 years ago, bro. In 2019.
Yeah.
I have another one in LA. You can try to get tickets. It's going to be expensive now, probably.
I'm sure. I'd do it.
Probably buy them off somebody. I'm sure somebody doesn't want to go. I almost didn't go.
That too. But yeah. That experience wasn't as hellish because we were on the side of the stage.
Yeah, and COVID, I personally was a little scared to get like where I normally be.
Yeah.
High key.
So we're kind of away from the crowd too, thankfully. Yeah. It was just our little group in that section, like right to the left of the stage. Or to the left of Peggy.
Literally on the side of the stage. So if there's the front of the stage and everybody's there, we're just directly to the right. Like
we're like there's like this gate where you can essentially walk onto the stage.
Yeah, we're right there, hands on the gate, just screaming, yelling, vibing.
And like we were talking about how we were pretty sure he was looking at us like in our direction.
I can at this
No,
point I can
confirmed.
safely say he was looking at us.
Yeah, multiple times.
Because we're like
Yeah.
some of the only like dark skinned people in the room. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
we were the blackest.
And we're right in
people
front,
there
like,
besides him.
and then like let me like break down the times he looked at in our direction. Because I got some personal acknowledgement, and I'm proud of that now. You got it. Devin has a picture with this man. I was like, that's awesome. I want to meet this man one day. I got close enough.
We're gonna.
I got them DMs.
Yeah, T got the DMs. Like we've been
lit.
blessed by Peggy.
I'm letting you know right now. This is not just for my goons in the room with me. This is for everybody listening. Even for Peggy, you're gonna listen one day. I'm gonna be making fucking music with you, dude. All of us. I love you. I love your music. Stay alive. You're fucking awesome.
Love you. All right.
Seriously.
I'll
So-
sample ATMs and send them your way. I know you like that shit.
We're gonna play video games, dude. I want to play SNK with you. Anyway.
I don't know like what I don't remember what song it was, but I remember he like looked directly back at us and put like a thumbs up.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like,
I remember
And he
that.
like
oh,
cheesed.
shit. Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was
he's
like
smiling.
like Sora from Kingdom Hearts, like a big cheese.
Yeah. And then at some point he came around because he went around the front of the stage, like he would like go from start at one end and go all the way around.
Yeah.
And like shake everybody's hands, stuff
Super
like that.
active, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very engaging with the crowd.
He got to us and like he was like shaking hands and shit like that. I don't know if that was when he said he liked my shirt, but he said he liked my shirt and like poked my chest. Like, that's a
I'm pretty
nice
sure
shirt.
that's exactly when he did.
Yeah, he's like, that's a nice shirt. And then like he poked my chest and said it into the mic, and I was like, I couldn't say shit because I was like starstruck. This man speaking at me and touching me.
Yeah.
I decided to put my hand up and be like,
You like that?
thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
I was wearing, for context, I was wearing a shirt that says JPEGMAFIA EP2. It's like a jersey looking.
He
like,
said
shirt.
that during the show, and then he came back and hugged us.
Yeah. At the very like end, he came back and hugged us.
Yeah, he hugged our whole group. And let me just go on record saying that I have so much self-worth problems and so much anxiety that when the artist we went to go see came to hug our group, I was reluctant. And it still haunts me. I'm still reeling from it. I got to actually speak to him my first show I went to of his, and he's super polite and a very sweet guy. So for him to come up to us and hug us, and for me to not retaliate, I didn't swing on him or anything, but I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't deserve this. And like, yeah, I kind of regret it, but it kind of helped me to like realize that even in moments where it's like, I don't mean to be hijacking this right now,
You're good.
but I
No,
guess I'm
go
saying
on.
this for anybody who might also kind of have a mindset like me. Whether or not you believe in like religion or not, I'm just gonna use the word blessings. It could be anything, luck, whatever. When you are given something like that, don't run away from it. Like, just accept it. You're worth it. Like, you're worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't shy. What was it? What's the saying? Don't block your blessings. Is that what it is? No,
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
That's one of them. There's a few
Yeah.
sayings.
You said blessings, so I just thought about
Yeah.
that. But
I know what you're thinking, like shy away from
yeah,
like,
yeah.
whatever.
But yeah, that was awesome. Just getting to like the acknowledgement, getting like an actual hug from this man. I was like, man, this is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like yeah, cool.
I'll
Great
deadass buy my
experience.
LA ticket like after this.
I
Cause
want
like
to go.
I want to go
so
again.
fucking bad.
I want my damn tour shirt. I want my bandana, and then I want another hug.
I don't blame you.
I want him to spin. No, just kidding.
He will.
I know. There was
Yeah,
like
he
did
was
that.
like,
He
who
did that to
wants it?
someone.
Essentially, he's like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, damn.
He's so funny, dude.
I want his dangly earring.
Yeah, he
wanna
threw
wear
like
it.
his bandana in the crowd too.
I'd never.
I think he lost it and they like gave it back to him
Yeah,
because he was like
he
in the
did.
crowd like fucking.
I have a
like,
video of him
jumping.
struggling to
I'm
put
pretty
it back
sure that
on.
at the end he definitely threw it
Oh,
in. I'm
okay.
almost positive, cause like I just remember him like, and they're like, ah, you know, he's just like, let's fucking go get another one. Like
Yeah.
the fuck, and it's like that disparity. Really quick, let's bring it back to Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Of course.
I personally have seen Peggy 3 times, and all 3 times
same.
he was wonderful. Out of the 3 times, 2 of them he has acknowledged like me or my group, and he's been nothing but respectful and kind. And I just want really quick, I just want to say the first time I met him, I also was a little starstruck, and I actually told him, I was like, he hung around after the show because he was a bit smaller at this point, but like you know, we're waiting in line to see him, and I was like nervous, and then like I finally got up to him. I had it all figured out, and I get up to him, he's in front of me, and I was like honestly, man, like I'm really nervous right now. And I was like, I'm just really happy to meet you, and like I really respect you. And he was like so kind, like so like I don't know, I've never had an experience like that. And like I told him that I want to make, not even want to, I'm going to make music with him. And he like took me seriously, and he's like, all right. And like I could tell he perked up, like his ears, you know, like he was just like, okay.
The
and
sound
like,
of your name?
Yeah. And he was just like, what's your name, man? And I was like, I'm still working on like, I'm still working on that. And he's like, all right. You know, and like, he's like, all right, I'll be waiting for you. And like, I still think about that. And like,
He
I'm
said
still,
that?
yeah. And he's like, I'm going to be looking. And I was like, all right. And he said it like, all right, come on. So like, when a year passes and I feel that I haven't gotten to where I want to be, I'm letting Peggy down, bro. I'm letting Peggy down. But like, Nas always reminds me, like, I'm sure he'd understand, and shit happens, you know. And it's not like I'm not trying. So
life comes at you fast, but you'll get there eventually. You know what I mean? And just again, like we were there, and he like looked at us so many times, and like he was coming to our side of the stage, and was like, cool. Yeah. Like
there's a tie. There's like for sure like one of those like red string moments, you know what I mean, where you guys are just kind of like it's gonna happen.
I feel it, man. Like I feel it in my bones.
I believe it.
If I don't really claim myself to look up to anybody or like anything like that, but I would say I look up to him a lot. Like he's somebody I respect him so much, and like I just think he's fucking awesome. Like I want to just straight up study under him, like dead ass. I'll be like, I'll just live in the fucking kitchen, dude. Like, I'm gonna tell, like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for a year. Like, I'm gonna still see you, but I'm gonna be living in JPEG's house.
I'm training.
It's about to be Master Roshi and Goku, bro. Like, I'm in that bitch. I need the sauce. I need it. I need the sauce. Anyway, that's JPEGMAFIA and all that.
Okay, I want to tie it back to Travis Scott because we were talking about.
Yeah, I think I just talked about.
No. I want to talk about Peggy too because I feel the same way as you do. Like I'm not gonna. You already said it, but
yeah, we feel pretty fucking similarly, if not the exact.
We talk about this guy all the time, so we're just gonna move on real quick. But what happened to us at that concert? You had the worst of it, but like. Just me like not being able to breathe and getting like toppled over like that times like 50,000 or whatever the fuck at Travis Scott's show. You know what I mean? Because obviously it was overcrowded because people snuck in or rushed in anyway, and they weren't ready for that many people. Like that kind of shit is why people were passing out. And like when we don't stop the show to help people like that, of course people are gonna die. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess that. It isn't solely on Travis Scott, but he does hold some responsibility. You know what I mean? Like he
absolutely.
He's not, like innocent in this whole ordeal.
Hard agree.
I want to like shed light back on Live Nation again because I remembered that I don't remember which festival it was. I don't remember which event, but they had people obviously like not bring in any water and stuff, or like if they had like packs, like they had to empty them.
They had like 2 water stations for like 50,000
They won't
people?
let you bring water in?
They won't let you bring water. Live Nation won't let you.
Huh?
And they're like, oh well, we have water stations. There's
2
water stations. It was a 3-hour wait to go get water. People were passing out and dropping.
What about my show I want to watch?
Bro, too bad.
Holy shit.
You paid money to wait in line for this water that should be free. And then also they had like a deal with Liquid Death.
Oh,
yeah.
The can water.
So this is like right.
Put your arms up.
Anyway, so they had those 3-hour lines, and they had Liquid Death, and you had to pay like a stupid amount of money. I'm not gonna say a number because I'm not gonna guess out of my ass. But the
fact that you have to pay.
Principle.
I could have brought water for free. Yeah.
Exactly. Y'all did that. For what? You know? And like all these people are dropping like flies, and they're like, oh well, maybe next time we'll add 1 more water station. Fuck you.
Maybe the third one.
Almost spat all over this. Fuck you. Me sucking on this drop. Fuck you.
You get stuck to it.
Yeah, I mean like when people when they realize after people rushed the gates and like it was overcrowded as fuck, and they should have not had him perform. Period. You know what I mean? They should have stopped the show and be like, yo, like we can't.
Sorry.
Like, you know what I mean? There has to be some sort of order in these situations. Like, who gives a fuck what the audience feels? Like, just say we can't let any more people in, or like we can't perform until we get some shit sorted out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it's
once you just look into it, once you look at this for more than or if only for 5 minutes, you quickly understand that they didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a fuck, couldn't give a fuck, and wouldn't give a fuck, like a Dr. Seuss book.
Can we
All right, so Travis Scott, Astroworld, we're going next year.
It's not happening anymore.
Okay, do you guys think it's gonna happen still?
Yeah.
I do.
I think
definitely
it will.
Maybe not next year. Maybe.
I give it 2 years.
Yeah.
I say 2023, we're back at it again. He's gonna say, guys, it's really safe. It's better.
It's always what happens.
And to be fair, I'm sure it will be safer because it has to be. It literally has to be. Will it be that
He's
much
gonna have
safer?
a bunch of lawsuits.
He's
He
gonna
always
have
got
hell.
one,
It
so.
depends on how many he'll have.
Yeah.
And like, this is a big deal, but you know how shit goes. Like, it's kind of people care and they don't. Like, it's here today, gone tomorrow. So like, I don't know. People are already like, don't get me wrong. I don't think this is all Travis's fault, and I think it's ignorant to pretend like it is all his fault. Because like you said, Live Nation fucking sucks cock, and like they had you didn't
Big
say
time.
it like that, but you know.
I'll
and,
say it. They gagged and everything.
and I'm sure you guys have seen the footage of like the gates opening, and there's like 3 security guards maybe, and I specifically remember the one who just like the gates opened and he just threw his arms up like, what the fuck is this? Like, what am I gonna do? Thousands of people, hundreds of.
I guarantee they don't pay him enough to even do anything in the first place.
And he was like trying to stop some people just because he could say he tried,
Yeah.
you know, and like. He's better than me because I would have sat my ass on the side and said, "Fuck this."
I would have walked away.
Like I'm not gonna hurt myself for this, you know. Like this is ridiculous. It was ridiculous. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, it's
It's just like unfathomable. To
yeah.
this
It
extent.
doesn't. It
To this
does
level
not compute.
of like what the fuck.
Yeah, when I tell you I woke up, I had kitties on me, sleeping, being sweet babies. I pick up my morning paper, which is digital. And what do I see but 8 dead at Astroworld?
Yeah, I was like, yo. I remember I was like reading a
I was
bunch
like,
of
huh? What the fuck?
I literally like I thought it was like gonna be a fake meme. I'm not even
I
kidding.
didn't know what the fuck that shit was.
And I read it and I was like, no, like just pure disbelief.
Yeah.
Because like you see the ages of the people and then like slowly as you scroll, it just gets gradually worse.
And then the pictures.
And the pictures and
Yeah.
the videos, and then there's also like you would think it would stop at like, oh, they flooded the VIP, haha, crazy. No, flooded the VIP. People are crawling on the stage of the cameramen, telling them to stop the show. People are
Bro,
dead.
stop. Get the fuck out
And
of
then
here.
some.
But apparently,
I'm on the clock.
I'm gonna like save this cameraman really quick
Yeah.
for our 3 viewers.
Of course.
So the cameraman, after that, I'm sure everybody's seen the video of the woman
Yeah, yeah.
climbing up and yelling at him, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. But apparently afterwards he did contact somebody. He's the reason the ambulance came. So like I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was defending him to an extent, because I said like I understand if I'm the cameraman, I got my headset on, I'm literally just doing the fucking camera, you know, like all I'm doing is listening and like recording, and some fucking rando comes up and is like, stop, bro, people are dying. It's like, what are you talking? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But he did, you know, like he did change that and, you know, helped allegedly. The woman who was trying to get him to stop, she's the one that said, hey guys, he actually did help, so you know, don't fucking come at him. So yeah, like it's ridiculous, it's stupid. And the thing is, like, if the cameraman in that moment was like, hey, fuck off, but then was like, oh shit, my bad, so can Travis Scott. Like, what the
Yeah.
he's on the stage.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
It's
even on the
his fucking
stage,
show.
he was on a platform. There's no way he wasn't even just like level with them. He's like literally God, like, I'm above you. It was like a shitty Kanye set, because you know how
Complex
Kanye has
kinda
really
thing.
cool ass, like, I don't know if you guys have seen any of Kanye's like live shows, but they look
He looks
fucking
like-
cool.
SpongeBob hanging from a string.
Yes, bro, he does so much cool shit. But anyway, it's like a shitty version of that. Yeah, I think the moral of this is Astroworld is fucking dumb now. I'm not gonna lie, those shirts are fucking cool, but I can't get one because it's not right. And also, fuck you, Travis Scott.
Fuck you, Travis Scott. Fuck you to fucking hell. Fucking fuck you, bro.
I'm sad that like
Piece of shit.
That he did that because fucking Astroworld, a cool album.
yeah.
You
It,
look like you're made from Play-Doh. Fuck you.
oh, okay. I think
Nah, don't do Gumby like that.
Gumby is clay.
Is he?
Like, just clay.
Okay.
And of course, this can happen
No
with like
trademark.
anybody. I just want to say, like, any artist can, be a dickhead. Like,
My heroes are cornballs.
yeah, I don't. That doesn't excuse them or anything, but I just to say like it should be almost expected because rich people are out of touch, and you can't really rely on them to care that much. I guess about normal common folk, especially if they're getting paid. But
Rich people don't care about you, and they never will. Get it through
Yeah.
your fucking head.
They're not
So-
your friends.
Not your fucking friends.
I guess I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm very, very, very disappointed and very sad that people have to fucking die like for this fucking show. You know what I mean? Oh man,
Yeah.
he didn't give a fuck about the fans. He wasn't there for them. Clearly, like, oh my god.
Like, that's, a lot of people, that's like their favorite artist, and then he just was like, and then for him to, I saw, before he even put out a statement, I'm like, I already know how it's going to sound. And like, I saw his, like, I think it was on Twitter. I'm devastated.
I was gonna bring it up,
Devastated.
but then I was like, no.
Prayers. Heart goes out.
Yeah, it
Love you all.
all the
you know?
keywords, the thoughts and prayers. That's all it really was.
And so he's with Kylie Jenner, right?
The Jenner clan.
And when I tell you,
Fucking
they copy pasted the my GF. She showed me like Kylie's whatever her stupid ass dumbass statement. It's the same shit.
Same minute for what did she do?
She was there
She's
at the concert.
associated. Well, she
Oh.
also posted a story without knowing it was a fucking ambulance in the
That
picture.
doesn't make sense. That's stupid.
And she's
There's
like,
no way
she's
she
like, oh my
didn't know.
god, and like posted it like just to post.
Yeah.
Like, this is so crazy.
Ha, ha, ha. I didn't
Fuck
know.
you, Kylie Jenner. Fuck you more than Travis Scott. I fucking hate you. I had to fucking. I literally blocked her so I could never see her shit. And it's out of spite. What am I gonna do? I'm me. She's
Wait.
Kylie Jenner. I
Wait,
fucking
wait,
hate
wait.
her.
But how does she not see an ambulance with flashing
That's
lights
what I was
going
gonna say.
She
across
probably
the-
no. She probably saw it and was like, and was saying that she didn't see it.
See-
But like, she probably posted it with the intention of like, oh my god, I'm so hardcore. Look at there's a fucking ambulance. And
She's
this
just
thing.
a goofy because it's like, there's no way you
Is
don't
that
know.
a chicken? Fuck you.
What are you gonna say? Like, oh, my boyfriend. I didn't know my boyfriend had the ambulances come in for his show for like the art
Somebody
of it.
got hurt. It's so
Like, not
crazy.
even that. Just like, oh, that's so cool. He has like fake ambulances coming through. You know what I mean? Like, what is your thought process? There's a real
Is
ambulance.
this part of the show, Travis?
Yeah, like, weren't you? Isn't that your like guy? Like,
Are
you
you-
have a whole nother baby in him and you. It wasn't him. It left.
Finding out the type of guy that like Travis Scott is as it, like his type of character, it really makes sense that he's with somebody like Kylie Jenner, I guess.
Have
I
you
guess it
seen
all
their
adds
like
up.
interviews with each other?
I don't see shit about them.
Dude, I don't mean to.
I don't give a fuck about
this
them.
is I have to block the tag and her with like and also like Madison Beer. I don't like. Anyway,
Who?
it doesn't.
I don't know who that
there's
is, and I don't give a
some
fuck.
girl that's
That TikTok somebody?
she's a lady that sings. and
Madison
I don't,
Beer.
I don't really have like shit to say against her. I just actually don't like her. But anyway,
Cool.
like with Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, if you watch their interviews, it's so like, it's like, oh, like uncomfortable. So she'll be like, the question would be like, what was my favorite Travis song? And she'll turn to him, she'll be like, you know it. And he's just like, he literally just like shakes his head and
He's like,
shrugs.
babe, just take your pants off.
No, and she'll be like, Travis, like, try. And then he'll be like, he'll like
Rodeo.
scratch his hair.
Yeah, he does that. It's good.
Yeah.
I have seen like gifs
goes-
of that. Rubs his head.
Wipes his fucking, rubs his eyes. He's like, I don't know. And
Thoughts
she'll be
and
like,
prayers.
I'll tell you. And then she'll say it. Just dry. I hate it here. Take it away.
So anyway, I'm gonna move us on from Astroworld because I'm sure we'll be here all fucking night, and the fucking
Fuck you, Kylie Jenner.
the consensus is we don't fuck with it. We just don't fuck with it.
Don't fuck with anything about it.
Yeah, we don't condone what happened. We don't agree with what happened. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend that Travis Scott is all to blame. You need to blame Travis and the organizers.
It's just we can't pretend he wasn't negligent, I
Yeah.
think is the point. Because people like to defend him and be like, oh, he couldn't have known. Yes, he could have. And yes, he did.
There's no way you're at your own concert and you don't see or hear anything. Okay.
It's yeah.
Done. I'm done. So,
quick, let's talk about Dune.
We're gonna talk about Dune now. So, okay, let's start off generally. How did you guys feel about it?
D?
Having seen it. We all saw it in theaters, right?
We all saw it in
I
theaters.
saw it in IMAX.
I saw it
did I?
in Dolby.
I saw it in big. We all saw it in like Big Boy
we saw
edition.
Big Boy?
Yeah. pretty
Okay,
sure.
I also saw it in Big Boy edition.
Okay.
It wasn't called IMAX or Dolby. It's the Harkins equivalent. It's called Cine One, which is their biggest, loudest fucking theater.
It's called Big Old Boy.
It's basically called Big Old Boy.
Big Old Boy, of course.
Anyway.
Trademark. I saw it in Dolby Premiere or whatever the fuck. And if I didn't see it in a big boy theater, whether it be that or one of the ones that you guys saw it in, I feel like I would have been missing out. Because like the soundtrack to begin with, like Hans Zimmer, once again, amazing. I had a really good time. I had fun with it. I think that, like, yes, obviously it's a long movie. It's Dune. It's the Bible of like sci-fi, or like one of,
Sand.
And there's like
big sand.
really quick. I'm not gonna take it. I just want to say
ahead.
there's like multiple books also. but
Yeah, it's
continue.
not just one book. It's
This is the first book, and it's gonna be 2 parts. So.
yeah, and it's funny though, because it does feel like I just watched a really long trailer, but
Yeah.
For like the second part, right?
yeah, for the second part,
But it was like so interesting.
Yeah,
At least to me.
it was a good trailer.
Yeah.
It was one of those where I like sat down in my bed and YouTubed and just fucking watched it on my phone the whole time. But like obviously it was a fucking movie. So
it's engaging.
it had me like in a grip from the first like scene or a couple scenes, and I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be good. From are we doing spoilers when we care?
We can like get into them a little later.
Okay.
I feel. Like we just start with our general.
Just the part where he's like
opinions.
eating with his mom. That like one specific part, because it was so early on, and
Yeah, it's like
I
the
was
very
in Dolby, and the sound was just fucking amazing. It just had a hold on me, and I just like, I don't know, I really liked it. I think that Timothée Chalamet did a really great job. I think all the actors did a great job. Zendaya just kind of like looks like Zendaya to me, so it's kind of hard.
She was in a commercial in that movie.
Yeah, she's also like she did a cameo.
It was like a Maybelline commercial whenever she showed up. It was like, you like sand in your
You
hair?
like sand?
Until like whatever,
We
we'll get into her later.
Yeah. It's just, and like she's Zendaya. So my summary is I liked it and it was cool, and you should watch it in big boy time.
Big boy time.
I passed the
first.
baton.
Yeah, after watching it, I didn't initially know how I felt about it. That's not true. I knew I liked it, but I didn't know how much.
Yeah, to what extent?
You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
because I was, like you guys said, it was really engaging. I was super engaged the whole time, just from the get-go. Because it's a really interesting world they're presenting. It's a really intriguing premise, just like the implications it has of what can happen, you know what I mean? If you don't know what the story, like I don't know the story, I don't know the book, I don't know shit. So I was like, cool. These new aesthetics, these new fucking characters, like, and just knowing that Dune, I guess the book inspired shit like Star Wars and whatnot in some capacity. Like, I think that's really cool. It made me really want to, just dive into this world. I was really ready just to go into it, and I wasn't disappointed. I think that all the characters are interesting. I think the story, I can understand people not liking it potentially because it's a slow burn. I can, the movie can feel a little like meandering at times because, there's a lot of talking, dialogue scenes, a lot of politics, a lot of like,
it's a political movie.
yeah, a lot of like scenery and shit like that. But I don't mind that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm like watching it on the big screen. Like that's what it's made for, just to be absorbed in this world. So yeah, it was really cool. But I agree with you guys about watching a trailer essentially. You know what I mean? Because as soon as it ended, I was like, it feels like it's just getting started. Like you're like Zendaya literally says this is only the beginning, and I was like, okay. And the credits roll. It's like awesome.
I do want to say like they did a really good job, because I read the first book, but I didn't like.
You read it?
Yes.
How did you understand that?
Bro, it hurt. It took multiple times.
I read the first page like on the toilet a year ago, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Because in the movie they'll be like, "Oh, the Shai Galad" and like all that, but like when they're saying it, it's like, "Okay, the Shai Mamumu." But like when you're reading it, it's like, "What?"
I think it kind of has to do with like me like speaking another language,
and
it kind of
I'm ignorant. Okay.
It's a bigot.
How'd you guys know? I hate people that aren't me.
And they can
White.
smell it off of you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, they did a really good job of like capturing all the little scenes and different side plots and small little details that happened in the first book, as well as like the suits that they wear look exactly the way I imagined them when I read it. And like,
Really?
yes, like down to the T. Like I don't know, even like
The director seemed to be very like
Denis
it's
Villeneuve.
yes,
very,
he's one of my
fucking
favorite directors. He
into
did
the book,
Arrival.
you know?
He did Blade Runner.
He did Blade Runner. He did
2049,
Arrival.
baby. I don't really like Arrival that much.
Me either.
I like
I
the
fell
way
asleep.
it was filmed.
I think that's my least favorite movie from him.
It also is one of my least favorite.
But I
movies
understand
from him.
I'm sort of like an odd man out on that because when it did come out, I remember everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
I wouldn't say it was like fucking like, oh my god.
I thought the premise was cool.
Aliens!
I thought like, but I think maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't like. I don't know. We can talk about that another day.
I like the like because if you go back to it, there's a lot of like things that he does in terms of the way he shoots certain things that kind of reminds me of Edgar Wright, where he like films a certain thing from like left to right to indicate like the next scene, or like, you know, little things like that. And you could see it obviously in Blade Runner. That it's fucking gorgeous.
Watched Last Night in Soho. Sorry.
I do want to
Go
see
on.
that.
See that in Dolby if you can. I watched that in Dolby. Oh my god, bro. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so I really like Dylan V. I never say his last name because I don't
Dylan V.
I don't want to fuck it up.
Dylan.
Fuck, I think it's either Villeneuve or
Di-
Villeneuve.
Isn't it-
I thought it was
It's
Denis
not
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
That's what people
See,
always
like
say.
I completely fucked it up. Like,
Villeneuve?
whatever.
Villeneuve.
I mean, no disrespect. I didn't mean to say whatever. That's rude.
No, it's okay. I'm calling him Dylan V. So I mean, I'm not even trying.
Well, I mean, you know.
But yeah, I like the way it was directed. I think a lot of the shots were just beautifully done. I have a bias too because I love Dune. Like I really do.
I didn't think you would. I mean, like, not to say you wouldn't have enjoyed it.
Why
but
not?
I don't know. Like, it's just so, like...
No, it's okay.
I didn't even know if I was gonna like it. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Normally, honestly, like if I just was coming to the approach of just like blank stare, I wouldn't think I like Dune. I think the desert's boring.
Like, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I think that like
So you're racist.
the desert, not the people.
Desert people? That's what you said.
Not the people.
I'm gonna put it in. I'm just kidding.
Mad Max isn't boring.
Cuts it like desert people. I hate them. Schnar Schneep. What?
Penis.
Oh, Mad Max. I've never seen Mad Max.
You've never seen Fury Road.
Oh no, the glares that they're giving me. I've never seen Mad Max, and it's
Alright.
because I'm like desert. Cool.
That movie's exciting
I-
as fuck.
I'm sorry, but you're out of your mind. But let's go back to Dune. Let's go back. I have it on
Wait,
Blu-ray.
wait.
We're gonna watch it.
I
Devin
would love to
Sonny
watch
says,
it. It's one of those things
first
I just
impressions,
also
too.
haven't had time.
Oh
Don't
yeah.
forget.
Sorry. Okay.
Yes, Devin, your turn.
So
The baton.
my lady love and I, we saw Dune maybe like 2 weeks ago, and so I personally, it's on HBO Max, but I wanted to see it in theaters for the experience. And
Of course.
you know, she's a hardworking woman. She's working all the time, so we found our day we could go. I'm like, let's do it. I believe it was a Friday, but it was a Friday after it had come out. So I'm like, okay, you know, it shouldn't be too bad. This bitch was packed. Had an old woman to my left, had some fucking boys to her right. She just looked at me like, bro. I was like, I know. She was like, we could have watched this shit at home. I was like, yeah. But we both did not regret it. For anybody who's seen The Green Knight, this movie opens up very similarly with like this weird ass, this is not a spoiler at all, it's literally the very beginning. It opens up with this super weird, distorted voice, like talking about like what's going to transpire. I think it said something about dreams, like dreams come true or some shit, some wild ass shit. It's
Oh, was it like The Voice?
yeah, it was the voice from the
Okay.
movie, but like
I just thought about that.
as someone who didn't know yet, I was just like, whoa. And like Bay and I just were like, what the fuck? And we like looked at each other like,
'Cause it's
what
booming.
the fuck was
Sidebar,
that?
the
Yeah, it was
opening,
loud.
the opening of The Green Knight's fucking sick. Like that had me like in from the get go. That shit was
Yeah,
tight.
that's my favorite movie this year.
Last Night in Soho is mine. Fun fact. Go on.
But
Dune?
so when I first saw Dune, my immediate takeaway was this is long as fuck. It felt like, okay, so Blade Runner was, with the credits, it was 3 hours. 2049 specifically. I just call it Blade Runner. I know I'm fucking sacrilegious, but 2049 was like 3 hours with the credits, and this movie felt like 3 hours without the credits. And I was sitting there just like, damn, like I was really enjoying it.
I felt the opposite. I feel like I feel the length of Blade Runner, but with this one I was like, I'm in.
I felt the length.
I love Dune. Okay, so like now I can say I love Dune, but it doesn't. The aesthetic and the characters don't engage me as much as Blade Runner. Blade Runner, I love the setting. I love the very beginning when he's flying over the city, flying over Los Angeles in the future, and it's the wind turbines and like. It's like it's so serene and peaceful, and the music is playing, and he like pulls up on Dave Bautista. It's just like so awesome. I think that movie's so fucking cool. And then when he goes home and he's like in his apartment, it's grimy, like literally everything, the way it all looks, and he's like a robot, and they don't tell you. You find out from, like, I've seen the original Blade Runner, so like I know like the lore and all that. So when I don't remember Ryan Gosling's name, but when he shows up to Dave Bautista, I know he's a Blade Runner. I know
his name's K, I think.
K. I know he's there to retire Dave Bautista. So I'm like, okay, well, Bautista is a replicant, but this dude might be a human. So when Dave Bautista, like, I can't remember if he punched him, threw him, whatever, hit him through the wall. He burst through this wall. I'm like, this fool is down for the count. The goose gets up and just starts beating on this fool. I'm like, oh, he's a replicant. So, like, I'm just like, this is already, literally everything about it was, like, it just had me. It already had me. He's in his apartment. He's like keeping his head down. They're like, you fucking skin job. They're like spitting on him, and they're like robot racist. I'm black, so I'm like, damn, I'm like, me too, and like his boss was like, Loki trying to fuck, and he was like, man, please let me go home. Like, it's just like I loved it. Literally every moment of that movie had me engaged. But with Dune, it had to I didn't know anything about it, so it had to kind of win me over first. And I was definitely interested, but I felt it so much because like every time they spoke, I was like, what are you saying? Like, what the? And he's like, it opens up with Timmy Shimomo. He's like in his bed, and he has like a wet dream of Zendaya, and like
stop.
And he's just like, he's wiping the sleep out of his eyes. And I like the little area. It's like all cool. I'm like, okay. His aesthetic always gets me, but I was like, you got to win me over. You know what I mean? I like Timothée Chalamet. I kind of love him in whatever he's in. I think he's a super solid actor. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for it, and I guess it had me more once I saw more of like the sci-fi elements. And I think I can say, okay, now I'm going to jump into spoilers because I have to talk about this because nobody online is talking about this. Spoilers for Dune. Go watch Dune. The part where Oscar Isaac is butt naked in the chair and that big boy was... So you think you can defeat me? I was like, all right. Like, you got me. And my boy was in the chair...
Yo,
I was like, this is great.
Okay,
I love this.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah. I just wanted to say it.
When he, what's the guy's name? The fat boy, big boy?
I don't fucking know.
I don't remember. Fuck.
I just call
but
him
he's
Uncle.
memorable.
Yeah.
I just call him
when they
Uncle.
first showed him and Dave Bautista going in, he's like, "What the fuck? Do you let him take our land?"
Yes, dude.
And he's like in a fog and like just
Yeah.
naked and big as fuck. I'm like,
Yeah, and he's-
Soprano type beat.
Yeah. He
And
was
then
like if
fucking-
Tony got huge.
his fucking spine started lighting up. I'm like, what is going on? And later on, he's like fucking rising.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he was
what?
levitating. He was like a worm.
Yeah, I was like,
he
is he a worm?
Yeah.
I just call him Uncle. Like I don't.
Uncle.
I don't know his name. I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't care.
He's trying to be a worm because the worms are like gods.
I don't know what his intention is.
I don't
with the
know, but
worm.
I loved him as a character.
Yeah.
And like,
He's all shriveled up in the
yeah,
corner.
and like that scene, the directing on it, because it was like a panning shot of like the side of the table. So like you see like Oscar Isaac like just kind of like paralyzed, and like it's panning and you see everybody just sitting there, and then at the end it was just like such a beautiful shot. And then the moment before when Oscar Isaac and his dude Dennis is it Denis Villeneuve?
I've always
I
heard
always
Denis
say
Villeneuve,
Villeneuve,
but I don't know.
But
Villeneuve?
I know
Or
that's
Villeneuve.
wrong.
Villeneuve? I don't know.
Villeneuve.
Okay, so
We could be completely wrong. We'll just look it up after.
Villeneuve, he
Actually, I'll look it up now.
The way he does his storytelling is so inspiring to me, and it's just so intelligent because he's a big proponent of show don't tell. That's how you make something that's visual. Like, you don't tell me, just show me. So when it's just so smart when Oscar Isaac, or let me slow down a little bit, when it's the night before Oscar Isaac gets fucked. I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but
Dr. Yue?
they give I guess they give everybody like a sleeping supplement so that they can like have a proper night's sleep. And Timothée Chalamet, Paul Atreides, he takes it, but Oscar Isaac said
Oscar Isaac is Leto.
So Leto, he says, I'm gonna keep calling him Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac, he's with his wife, and he's like, she gives him the pill, and he's like, no, I don't want to go to sleep that way. Like, I want you to, do your crazy magic shit on me because I love you. And he goes to sleep, but he's not in a deep sleep, and we know that because he didn't take the pill. They show you the pill he didn't take.
He said, "Not
and
like
they show
this."
you that Paul did take the pill, and Denis Villeneuve. So when he sees, when he sees,
Myth busted.
He sees the tracker thing, or what? Or
he hears, he's in the bed, and he hears something, and he gets up immediately, but nobody else hears it because they're in such a deep sleep. And fast forward, he gets paralyzed, and the guy's talking to him, and he's like, "I'm so sorry, they took my wife." And as soon as he says that, Leto, he's like his whole body, like his heart sinks. You could see it in his like expression. It was the most like I'm fucked type, like fuck. It was like so awesome to me, like just the acting on everybody. And he gets in, he's like, "Oh, put the thing in your tooth." And Leto's just like, "I'm fucked." Like, I'm fucked, bro. And then I love Thanos. Josh Brolin was fucking awesome in that movie.
Old man.
Yeah, I liked when. Oh, and then I love. There's so many memes to me also. Naked Oscar Isaac. They kind of all are with Oscar Isaac.
Wormy.
When they tried to kill Paul, and then the guy's like, "Sir, I'm retiring right now. I'm so sorry." He's like, "Bro, get to work." And he's like, "Sir, I have
You're
to."
gonna
They
leave
tried
me?
to kill my son.
They tried to kill my son. That was
Go be useful.
yeah, if you want to help. I just loved that. And then when him and Thanos are like looking through the things, sorry, nobody can see me. The binoculars, and they're like looking through the sand, and then Leto's like saying something like, "You know what they say, right?" And then Thanos is like, "You wipe your ass with the sand, sir," or something like
they
that.
say,
There's so much sand, you gotta wipe your ass with it, something like that. And he's like, "Yup." And like just the way they like said it was like
Scrub
so
your
funny.
ass.
Like there's like scrub your ass with sand, and like
To take a shower.
the way it came off just felt so like there was so much humor in it.
Right,
oddly
boys?
enough. And it like there was humor, at least for me. I'm weird. And then it also
Lady Bene Gesserit made me a freak. That shit killed
yeah,
me.
you made me a freak. Don't touch me, dude. Timothée Chalamet,
this.
he's great. Like he's great.
I love him.
I want to be his homie, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
if
just
bro,
his
Tim.
friend.
I don't know if you smoke, dude, but like we gotta smoke.
Bro, you
like,
know he does.
he might not, cause maybe for his work he can't or something.
Fuck
You
that
know
shit.
he wants to.
I'll smoke you out, dog. Like we gotta smoke. And he was talking about GameCube and
This
shit.
is a Kid
He's
Cudi.
fucking cool. But I saw the first time I fucked with him. I'm deviating. First time I fucked with him, it was him at like some NBA show, and he was like mouthing to the Playboy Cardi, or no, it was Lil Uzi. He was just like,
Dude, yeah.
and then he saw that they were recording him, and he's like, and like harder. Like he's fucking cool. I definitely fuck with him. But honestly, I really liked it when I first saw it. When I first saw it, when I first saw it, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, honestly, because like I said, I felt the length. That was what, at the forefront of my mind. I was like, this is long.
I didn't want it to end actually, because after they we're talking about spoilers, I guess. After they
we're spoilers.
after Paul and his mom got to the Fremen.
When they got to Javier Bardem,
Fremen. Yeah.
Of course.
When they got to
who was
them,
also awesome in that.
yeah.
movie.
Oh, my
I
favorite.
wish he had more, dude.
Thank you
Oh,
for
man,
He's gonna be in the
voice
second one.
Dude.
right?
Fuck yeah.
I watched, sorry to cut you off.
you're
I
good.
went home and watched it again with my brother, like a couple days later, maybe a week. And we watched like the first bit, and we're like, okay, let's skip the desert and go see Javier. Yeah?
So the end. So the end
Just
of the
1
movie.
second. And then he came on screen. I was like, perfect. Nobody move.
That was
Okay,
fresh.
also you saying that reminded me. Yeah, he's fresh as fuck. But when he comes, there's so much humor to me when he comes in to Leto, and
spits.
yeah, he spits. But like before that, they're like, "All right, you're good. all right, stop,
He just-
stop.
Hazel
Did
keeps
not
walking.
Gets
break
right
his
up to him and
stride.
he's just like pissed. And then Aquaman's like, hey man, what's up? And he just spits and he's like, thank you.
Yeah, and fucking Josh Bone's like, what the fuck? I'm gonna beat
Yeah.
this man's ass.
We'll call him my lord.
Yeah, they like put the swords to him. He's like, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And I like how everybody was kind of fucking with Paul because like he was still kind of disrespecting Leto, but then Paul was like, hey bro, like you can hang out with us if you want. He was like, he
Won't
said
you
something
stay?
He's like, I know you. I remember you.
Yeah, I remember you. But like it wasn't kind of like a fuck you. He's like, I remember you.
He said, "I recognize your face."
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
I like when he's like talking. He's just like he knows what the fuck he's gonna say. He's like, "No, you get your shit, and then you leave. That's it. That's all I want."
Oh, Javier, yeah.
And they're like, "No, there must be something." That blah blah blah. He's like, "No," and then
He's like, you know
leaves.
how many of you I've seen come to this desert and die? And
Men like
and
you
what
come
happened?
and go. The desert is its own. I love Dune.
Oh, but yeah, like
I'm,
when
I'm
they.
so surprised. I'm glad you liked it.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm glad so many people liked it too, right? It was kind of weird.
I'm
to
sorry,
me.
I gotta get this out before I forget.
Oh
Go,
yeah,
go, go,
yeah.
go.
Sorry.
When Paul and his mom show up to the Fremen and like they basically challenge him. They're like, I'm not gonna accept this motherfucker. You have to fight me.
Yeah.
And Zendaya's like, this is our best warrior. You're gonna die, bro. But here's a knife.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that.
And like when they fought, where was I going with this? I forget where I was going with this. I guess what I want to say is I like that, like just how it went down, because he was like, Paul was like winning, and then like,
And he was trying to spare him.
yeah, he was like,
But he took it
he was
as
like
disrespect.
yield, and then the guy was like, the fuck,
Is he
bitch?
toying
Yeah.
with him?
You gonna have
No.
to kill me?
Yeah,
and
they-
Javier Bardem was like, you gonna have to kill him.
Yeah, he was like, hey bro, that's disrespectful. He was
Just
like,
do it.
yeah. And then when
His mom was like, he's never killed anybody before, and he's like,
yeah,
SMH.
You're telling me he oh God.
and they were so dripped, and then just like the
When he was
shots.
crouching. Sorry, I cut you off.
No,
When
you're
he was
good, you're good.
crouching, just waiting for.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
that shit was so
when
hard.
they're all fighting, and then all around the rocks they're just watching, drippy, just drippy.
Bro,
and then the fits.
Paul's
dude.
fit, bro. The
Yeah, the
coat,
black.
the black gloves. I was like, yo.
So we're being Dune for next Halloween.
Yeah.
Please, bro, I will be anything from Dune except for the worm. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Dude, that work, the way they portray. Okay, so really
Like
quick.
a-
I've known that Dune has existed for a while, just because it was a movie back in the day. It's been a book, it's been around for a while.
Yeah.
But the only thing I knew about Dune was worms. Like that. And this movie, for me, did such a good job, like showing that it's not just about the worms.
Yeah.
If anything, it's this space political, like I was explaining to.
It's about space oil.
Yeah, I was explaining to one of our friends. I was like, it's about space oil, and he's like, oh, it's drugs. I'm like, no, it's space oil, because he's thinking spice. The drug.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
like,
there's
no.
there's a drug element because of the hallucinogenic
Yeah, I was
nature to
gonna
it.
say.
Yeah. But it's
I get
more,
the way
it's-
they treat the spice. Like,
yeah.
it's like
it's
kind
more of a
like
resource.
that.
It's a reason.
Yeah.
It's sort of like it can be anything,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it's so valuable. But it's valuable, and it's also incredibly hard to get because so many people died just when they just got up in that bitch. I'm so excited, honestly, for the next one. It's gonna be cool.
The person that I went to go see it with, we have this like joke because like when you're talking about the Zendaya thing where she's like, this is a sacred knife and it would be an honor for you to die wielding it. And he goes like, Chutney or whatever her fucking name is. He goes like, Zendaya, and then she like turns to him. She's like, yeah, and he's like,
Never mind.
but he does it like for too long. He's like, nothing, and like the whole time he's like trying to say something. You can see Zendaya like just like, and I'm just like.
Because how do you say
joke-
I've been dreaming about
Yeah, and
dreaming
I,
about
like-
you my whole life?
I
babe.
jokingly am just like Zendaya. I'm like, actually, that was given to me by my auntie. I'm gonna take it back. I
Like after he's doing that,
yeah,
he's
after
just,
he's
like,
being all weird. Yeah, she's like, here's this though, and like gives him like a fucking butter knife or something.
like a fucking
Sacred,
small
super
ass-
sacred. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
This one is the one.
This is what we
Give
cut
that
our
shit
bread
back.
with.
Fucking weirdo.
I like quoting. I've been having dreams. Like I actually love Timothy Chalamet too. His delivery is great.
I've been having dreams.
I can't remember any lines except for "They tried to kill my boy."
I remember that, and then
My
Bene Gesserit
son.
made me a freak. Like, the way he
Don't
said it.
touch me. And then when he's like, release her binds, and he just goes over and slaps the fuck out of him. Oh, okay. So when they crashed after that, I thought the movie was gonna end. There were like 30 more, 40 more minutes. I was like,
Dude,
damn.
that was barely middle.
Bro, that's when cause I was like, okay, because so much was happening and it was loud. I don't know if it was loud for y'all, but when the helicopters went up, let alone when shit was blowing up, I was like, oh my God, I'm here. I was like, we gotta go. I think that's a huge reason why it's been so popular, beyond the star power. I think the star power pushed it like, to where it needs to be. But the sound design in that movie, man, like holy fuck, it's so
its own.
good. And then to me the sci-fi elements were literally perfect. Like the ships, when the attack happened, and then just seeing like the choom, like all the like, it was just like, this is fucking cool. Like, this is so visually striking. The villain, he comes out of this oil like some fucking like some weird ass like
healing.
some
Motherfucker is grimy.
yeah, and they do such a good job of like, he doesn't. I mean, he feels evil for sure, but he just feels like threatening, like so opposing. It's like, it feels like, how are we gonna get to him and how are we gonna defeat him? And they all feel so like weird and so alien to him.
Also, he's smart because like that scene with naked Oscar Isaac, and he was like, Oscar Isaac is like remembering something. He like turned on his shield and he like, what was that? You know what I mean? Like leans in.
When he did that, I was like, oh,
I was like,
damn,
yikes, they're not
smart.
gonna get him.
Yeah. Oh, and it was scary. I'm so sorry. I don't
No,
mean to cut you
go.
off, But it scared the shit out of me when he did it, and he like made that scream. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
And he like, got the fuck out. I was like, whoa, like that, like it was like a new side of him or something. Like, cause we don't really know him yet. At least like those of us. I haven't read it, so I'm just like, this is my introduction to him. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, that scared me. And then when they go in and everyone's dead, and he's just like in the corner but on the ceiling,
I was like,
and he's like
what?
shaking. I was like, this is freaky. Like, this guy's weird.
The thing I like about his character is like, and also like all of his species or whatever, is because he obviously in the muck, the way he looks, the way he be sweating, like he's not just like an enemy. Like obviously he's like threatening and stuff, but he's like gross. You don't want to be around him, and so for you to be the one that is going to face him, you're immediately, even if he wasn't threatening, you're already disgusted.
You're already
you don't
off-put,
want to be there. You don't want to be there, and so it's just like, you're gonna have to be there though. You're gonna have to do it.
And then on top of that, he's not even as scary as the worms,
Bro. The leg thingy. Do you remember that pet? The creature?
No.
So there was a thing. I don't remember what they were called, but
Oh, I remember.
it was drinking fucking milk.
Yeah, because
out of
the witch
That
lady was
shit.
like, get that motherfucker out of here.
That
And he's
thing was
like,
disgusting.
and
Yeah, that was
then
the beginning,
Polka
right?
Dot Man was like, don't worry about him.
He's like, no, he was like, because she's like, that thing can't stay here. He's like, she said it needs to get out. Go on, get. And then he's like, he's not gonna understand you.
Yeah.
He doesn't speak you. And then she's like, get out. And it was like, whoop,
Yeah. I remember that.
crawled the fuck.
Yeah, I
out.
remember because I was like,
No,
I was like, oh,
I love that they didn't show any more of it.
Yeah.
That was all you get. Such a.
oh, also
I'm literally pulling it up.
when those
Bro, it's nasty.
when
It's
those
so weird.
the soldiers that are like in white, the enemies, they were trying to pull up on the Fremen while
Yeah.
Paul and his mom was trying to escape. The way they like came down like silently, just kind of floating down. I was like, what? Like, it was really, really visually striking and
Fire.
just sick. I was like, what are they on? How are they doing that? Motherfuckers floated down like there was no gravity.
And I'm kind of scrubbing through the movie right now, and I just think it's gorgeous, man. Like, it's such a... The movie does, for how long it is, it does such a good job keeping you engaged. And I don't know, this dude, he's got to be one of the best directors out. Him, Robert Eggers, Edgar Wright, who did
Ari Aster.
Thank you, Ari Aster. Probably some more I'm not thinking of, but those ones off the top of my head, fucking awesome.
When it comes to visuals, like those are like top.
Visuals and storytelling.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think Robert Eggers, because he doesn't, his movies, for those who don't know, he did The Lighthouse, he did The Vavitch.
Lighthouse is a fucking banger, man. Like,
So is The
Oh, right,
Vavitch.
I like your
I love
cooking.
I don't
both of
love
those movies.
I don't like the Vavitch that much. But like The Lighthouse is one of my favorite movies.
You
like,
don't like
I
The
can say
Vavitch that much?
It's also the second
it
time.
doesn't
I
hit
talked about The
that
Lighthouse.
that hard for me.
Oh, man.
I don't dislike it.
hit dummy hard for me.
I
get
don't
you,
dislike it, but the Lighthouse just does something for me though. Like
I think The Lighthouse is just a better movie.
Yeah.
But The Vavitch, bro, that was my first introduction to
Robert Eggers? Anya Taylor-Joy?
Anya Taylor-Joy.
I love her.
Yeah, ever since that movie, I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's awesome.
Loud and clear.
And like when I quote that movie a lot, wouldst thou like to live deliciously? And then when when boo, and then the baby's gone and she's just and it's so visually, it does such a okay. Really quick, I'm gonna talk about which when I went to see it, people laughed at the end, like they literally just laughed at it, and I was like, damn, that's how I know this movie's banging. Same with Hereditary. People said pff, and like walked out. I'm like, I'm horrified.
Yeah, I was quaking in my boots for that one.
I literally
I was shaking.
had my hoodie up and I was sunk in
yeah,
my
I have
seat,
my
bro.
ears closed.
Dude, I wasn't closing my ears. I literally had like on my temples. I was so stressed out.
Dude, the obvious part with the car, dude, I literally
So
was like,
early
kill me
on.
now. Like, I can't do this anymore. Oh my god.
I can
I was
literally
thinking,
hear.
my heart was beating out of my chest.
I can hear that movie so clear in my head. So clear.
Whew.
Yeah, these type of movies that leave a lasting impression. I'm gonna talk about The Lighthouse real quick. When I went to watch it by myself, I was sitting in the back of the theater. It was like the Late Show, like the last one. You guys remember how that movie ends, right?
Absolutely.
Like the part where the lighthouse thing opens and he's like screaming. That shit should be a meme also. That I don't know why.
It definitely
Isn't
is.
it? I've
It definitely
seen
is.
it.
I did. What the fuck? Why am I not seeing the lighthouse meme?
I've
Why
seen
am-
it on Instagram.
Why am
for
I
sure.
not seeing the lighthouse meme? Because it was like the audio was like burnt to a crisp. He's like he is.
The audio and visual was burnt.
Yeah, and it like killed me.
Toasted.
When I say that movie left me with my mouth agape, like I was like, I wish I had somebody to talk to.
Oh.
But yeah. Oh my god, I love that movie. Anyway,
It's definitely a banger.
yeah, Dune, pretty fucking sick. I want to go see it again in like
Oh
you know,
my
good
God.
I'll watch
theater.
it again
Bitch
with
is
you.
long, bro.
Yeah.
What? Oh, are you looking at the thingy?
I'm trying to find this thing.
Oh, it's so nasty.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
remember
can.
what part it was.
Any last thoughts, T?
If you're... No, not really. I thought about it. I'm like, no, just go watch Dune. Just
Watch Dune.
And
Watch it in theaters. James, if you're listening, bro, I feel like you'd have seen it by this point whenever we put this out.
We can
I
take a
lied
group
to
trip
you,
to watch
dog.
Dune. Though.
I do
Don't
have
watch
a-
that shit on HBO Max. Watch it in theaters.
Oh yeah, I have a theory that like it's gonna be like down with the superhero type, like hype, and then up with the sci-fi. If that makes sense.
What do you
Which
mean?
Is, like
She's saying like we're on that. We're now reached the saturation point for superhero movies,
Okay.
and we're at the point where people are willing to sit for a 3-hour sci-fi epic because they're that over superheroes.
Yeah.
They're willing to sit on this 3-hour movie about space oil. All because Timothy Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Thanos, let me be respectful, Josh Brolin. Just classic actors just killing it. Just doing their fucking thing. It's just a good movie. But
Yeah.
we always have good movies, but like you said, we're at this point now where people are just...
it's a collective thing.
Yeah, and especially because Infinity or Endgame, that it was Endgame, and I think... I'm trying to make this concise. I don't think we have necessarily reached a point where comic book movies
They're not going anywhere.
can't be good or will not be good. It's just that, at least for Marvel, who has been leading the charge,
It's been a minute.
it's getting boring for
Yeah.
me.
It's repetitive.
None of
Which
the
They're not doing anything crazy.
no
Yeah.
movie they've put out recently has really done anything for me.
I saw like this is the last thing I'll say. A little Twitter video of like a Spider-Man scene where it's just like this Disney Channel original movie ass scene.
Yeah.
And
It was him in the bus, right?
Yeah, bro.
When he
like,
jumps
"Oh my
out
God,
and
baby
like.
goats."
Oh my god, dude, I hate that part. Oh my god, that's the worst part of the whole movie.
And the caption was like this Disney Channel original film. Like I was like,
Dude.
ew,
It's a
because I didn't
production.
see that. I didn't see
You
that
didn't see
movie.
it?
No,
We should watch it. It's actually
I would
fun.
love to. I would really love to.
It's
But
a
I just,
fun
like,
watch.
I don't think the Spider-Man movies are bad, but it's
They're not
just,
great
they're-
either.
Yeah,
They're like okay.
and I love
they're
Spider-Man.
better than Amazing Spider-Man to me. Those movies,
Oh yeah.
but they ain't touching the Tobey movies, and I don't care. Like if anybody listening is one of those people who's gonna be like, "Yeah, Tom Holland," whatever, dude. It's okay if you like Tom Holland more, but the
Mary
Tobey Maguire
Jane.
movies are better.
Yeah,
they're better
as
dude.
movies, they're better.
They're
like,
just better,
straight up.
and that's okay. Like it's okay. Like it's okay. It's
Like,
just
you know,
better.
Sit down. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
These
to be
Marvel
wrong.
movies are gonna be what they are at this point.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, arguably,
I love.
That's the best. That's the best MCU.
That's the best one.
That's the best one.
Next time we might talk about Eternals. I kind of want to talk about that with you guys.
I haven't seen it.
I did.
I haven't seen it.
Alexis wants to see it, so I'll probably see it.
I have to go watch it.
But you guys probably won't.
I know I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
it's not gonna be anything special.
I mean,
What was
I
it
knew,
called again.
but she was like, I want to see it.
Eternals assemble. Was that what the guy says?
I hope the 2 hours
Eternals
explains why they didn't
assemble.
do anything about slavery.
Yeah.
They're like, why didn't you stop Thanos? Why didn't you stop slavery?
Y'all just.
That was 400
that?
years. Thanos was one. Like he was like a day.
That was yesterday. That was last week.
That shit, and they're already. At least it was painless. Damn. At least Thanos has some respect. Anyway, whatever.
Also, can I spoil something about Eternals?
What?
Can I spoil something about Eternals? Or I just not? I won't. Never mind. Forget it.
Don't.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. The only reason I'm saying no is because Bae wants to see it, and because she wants to see it, I'm gonna watch it.
It's a post-credit scene thing,
Yeah,
too.
no, because I'm gonna be thinking about it the whole time, and I'm just gonna be sitting
You
there.
can text me.
Um,
All right. Thank
Anyway,
you.
so the consensus: fuck Travis Scott.
Fuck him.
Dune is awesome.
Fuck Holly.
so is JPEGMAFIA.
Oh yeah,
Love.
Dune and JPEGMAFIA are fucking cool. So yeah,
Dune and JPEG in. Travis out. That's
Got him.
Got him.
notice how I didn't even mention him. That's how over it I am. I just said we're gonna talk about the good shit. I've already dumped him in the trash.
I completely forgot I was immersed.
Oh shit! I have Travis Scott on my wall. I have the rodeo poster for my CD on my wall. I got way too close to the mic. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I heard it a little bit. It's all right.
Anyway,
Thanks
I'm probably
for
not gonna take it down just 'cause I'm lazy.
trenching. Thanks
Whatever,
for
it doesn't matter.
yeah.
All right, thanks for listening, guys.
See you
for
in the
trenching.
hole.
Have a good day, night, whatever.
Love
Kid
you.
Cudi.
Day and night.
Love you.